Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where basically we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Atomic Blonde. Okay, so here's the deal. We've done a hybrid of what we're doing. So this is going to be our all spoilers video. But before you bail, there is a no spoilers review. If you would like to check that out. If you don't want spoilers, go check that out. We have a link in the description below. Or something's popping up right about now. You can click on and check that out. Come back to spoilers when you're ready. That being said... That being said, if you haven't seen our no spoilers video and you're looking for spoilers, you still want to go watch the no spoiler review, because the bulk of our review is going to be in there. We're not really going to repeat ground because we talked a lot about the things that, you know, make a movie. This is just, we're going to get more into the specifics that actually spoil things, like characters, twists, things like that, and what we liked and not. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, check out the no spoiler review. Sound good, everybody? And then you can let us know in the comments if you like that system, because that was the reason I didn't like doing 2 videos for a while, is I got tired of having to like repeat everything in the no spoiler video in the spoiler video. So hopefully this can work best for everybody and you don't have to worry about comments. Sound good? Sound good. Okay, so
about those aliens.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Like, well, seriously, I was even going to use aliens this time.
Well, no, actually, technically the Brits were, I think, illegal aliens.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, there's a lot of aliens going on. Okay, so Atomic Blonde. We can, just in case, we aren't going to recap everything from no spoilers, but the basic thing is, I was going to say, I went in with mediocre expectations. I came out really, enjoying it a little bit more than that. I did really like the movie, but I have some problems.
I really like the movie.
Yeah, there you go. So I just wanted, just in case somebody doesn't, give them the general idea of what we thought. Okay. Okay, so David Hasselhoff. Let's jump right into the spoilers. Oh, we didn't do the spoiler warning.
Well, we just said that.
I know, but we didn't do the actual thing. We'll get it in the next ones. I know, it's fine. We're good. We're good. David Hasselhoff. He gets a mention in this movie. Yeah. Because this is in 1989 Berlin, like the days leading up to the fall of the wall. Although that's not the story, that's just kind of the backdrop. Yeah. Which, if you've seen the movie, you know that. But it was very cool. He got a mention in there, because if you recall, those of us old enough, or history scholars, he was actually there and like performed on the wall, like before it came down. So that was my one. That's like my one fan. Like, it's not a real complaint, but my fan gripe. Like, why wasn't that?
They could run footage of that because they did like lots of news broadcasts and stuff. Hell, they had Kurt Loder on there. Yeah,
Kurt Loder. That's like the next spoiler, and that made us feel really old because
you're sitting there going like, damn, he looks young.
Yeah.
Because I always remember him being old, and that was back in the day.
That's when we were not old. And I hear some of you guys being like, you guys aren't old. We're older than you all think, probably. But yeah, those were a couple of nice little surprises. I kind of was hoping they would have, I guess in hindsight, it makes sense they wouldn't have spent money to like digitally de-age David Hasselhoff, but it just would have been kind of cool to see him like walking by or something, eating a cheeseburger.
Really?
Yeah, I went there. Sorry, Hoff. We love you, bro. So, okay, let's see. So, good twists and turns. James McAvoy. You want to talk about him?
Oh, God. He's such a lovable bastard.
He really is. But by the end, man, you hate him so much.
I know. But then by the end, you're also kind of like, oh, well, maybe... But at the end, you spend a good chunk at the end going, like, I don't know who I should hate anymore.
Right, who's really, until the very, very end, and then I feel like you can kind of say, but we'll get to that in its own little segment here.
But, oh God, I loved how he used the cast.
Yeah, like that was like he made people think he was crippled, but he didn't actually need it, which is a great spy trick.
Yeah, he had like a microphone thing shoved down inside of it.
There was that, and then just even the idea that, he could use it as a weapon.
Yeah, because I loved how he was using it as a combination sort of club and shield.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the shield bit was really, really cool.
I was like, that's kind of brilliant, really.
Yeah, it really is. It's a clever trick, too, because that way, if you take it off and you're in a ski mask like he does later, and you go murder someone and somebody's reporting the description to the police, they're not looking for a man with a cast on his arm. Yeah. So, I mean, that even little things like that are really, really cool.
And how he had, like, at least 2 of his fingers free on that hand, so it was, useful.
Yeah, perfectly useful. But yeah, and of course, he turns out to kind of it was confusing for a while. It got cleared up, but kind of the bad guy, but not the baddest guy, but then kind of was the baddest of the bad guys, but then kind of isn't. Like, this is part of what does make this movie brilliant, and I guess that comes from the source material, is like you were saying, you're kind of left with, Well, whose side should I be on, if any?
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking, well, I want to save that comment for when we get to the actual big twist.
Okay, why is it?
I don't know, because I'm
There we go.
close.
Nope. I think it just, it's where it's dark in here. We got it. But yeah, so anyways, he was pretty cool. He got his just desserts.
Oh god, the knife in the back.
Oh, the knife in the back was great, especially when he falls into the wall and stabs it further in. That was really, really hard. Let's talk about let's talk about how the fights changed, because we talked about that in the no spoiler, and if you want more in depth, go watch that.
Okay.
But that fight when like she's supposed to escort this man and this man over to West Berlin, the guy that memorized the list, and of course that kind of first reveals McAvoy, shooting the guy because she was brilliant enough to stop the snipers and everything.
Yeah.
That is when the movie for me really kicked into gear. That's when it really started becoming an awesome movie. Like if the first half could have matched the tone of that back half or the intensity of that back half, I would have called this amazing.
I'm not sure you
Instead
could
really
do
good.
that through an entire movie.
Well, and then they would have had to amp up the back half and everything, yeah. But I just felt there was kind of a tonal shift there because it got really gritty and really dark. There were some moments of grit earlier, like the key to the face.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, that's the whole point of when things go sideways. Because if things have been going sideways the entire movie, that's really hard to sustain.
But I'm not talking about the sideways element. I'm just saying the brutality of the fights.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about just the fight?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I'm getting into.
You're kind of talking like overall tone.
Well, I was starting with tone, but I was trying to get to the fight. Then someone, you're debating. This is not a debate. It's a review. We can have our opinions. No, it's
Okay, your review. I debate.
So, where was I? Crap.
That's your own fault.
Yeah, that is my own fault. I might have distracted myself there. Well, I mean, because there were some sexy moments in this movie that are pretty cool. So, in case you don't know, you get naked Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I mean, glimpse. It's not like exploitive, although there was one lingering shot on the butt.
Yeah, but that's after she's had the hell beat out of her in this movie.
Also, surprisingly, you get a brief glimpse of some naked Sofia Boutella?
Yes, something like that.
The chick that played the mummy recently.
Yeah.
So that was nice, too.
Yeah.
Now, this is the one part of the book, the movie, though, that I didn't really buy into, is I feel like their chemistry might have been there, but their connection, it felt kind of forced by the writing. It didn't really feel... Because Charlize was like really kind of digging her and being real with her, at least that's the vibe you're given, but it all just felt like it just happened. It didn't feel like it...
Well, I think what they were going for with Charlize's character is basically, what if James Bond was a woman?
I see, but that doesn't play in here because I feel like Charlize was actually falling in love with this girl and Bond never actually fell in love with anybody. Come on.
I don't know. I think he did get kind of ticked sometimes though when the Bond, if the chick got killed off.
Well, yeah, she got killed off, but that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm not even necessarily talking about her getting killed off. I'm just saying how quickly they kind of like fell in love or whatever, like that, because Charlize let her guard down and told her a truth, like that first night they were together. And there was that whole scene about, I can tell you're telling the truth because your eyes change. Yeah. And it's like, that's like a level of intimacy that doesn't just happen like that.
Yeah, the thing is, but it was a truth about their business.
Well, no, I know that. That's not what I'm talking about, though.
But no, I know what you're saying. But
See, I'm like trying to no, you're talking to the audience, not debating me. Sorry. Plus, it's a good excuse to get handsy.
No, but the thing is there's personal truths, and then there's general truths, and that felt more like a general truth.
Yeah, but that's not the point I'm getting at.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not upset about the truth part. I'm saying that level of intimacy that Charlize would let her guard down that much with someone that quickly. That's what I'm not buying into. Like, they had like half a scene together before this scene that they are already just totally cool with each other. That's where I'm getting at. Like, for somebody who's such a guarded spy, especially considering the big twists, that was too easy for me. For something that wasn't actually supposed to be a manipulation.
I don't know. I decided not to overthink it.
But you know, that's what reviewers do, is they overthink, and that's why sometimes I don't like to review, because sometimes I like to just enjoy. But
That's why I a lot of times disagree with a lot of reviewers.
that's exactly. But anyway, so we'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
But sex scene was pretty awesome. Brief. If you've seen the trailers, you've probably seen half the sex scene. Basically. So if you were thinking this was going to be extremely erotic, it's not. Because some of the early trailers made it look like it was going to be an erotic action thriller kind of thing.
No.
They really focused on... Some of the early trailers did.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with you that it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking at me. I thought you were debating. I love her so much. But anyways, that was pretty good. So Sofia Boutella, however you say it, she's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
If anybody's the weak link, it's probably her. But she wasn't weak. I wouldn't say she's a bad performance or anything.
Well, I mean,
And that may just be the material.
that's material. I mean, she was written as basically a neophyte. This was like her first mission. So and she's like. Kind of like, I thought this would be fun. Now people are dying, and I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so I can get down with that. Let's see. John Goodman's pretty good. He's barely in it, but he's pretty good. Okay, let's talk about that one.
He kind of sort of was playing the same character he played from King Kong.
A little bit.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. But again, I mean, he's just so briefly in it, you don't really get a lot from it, so.
Yeah.
But again, in case people haven't seen Kong, we don't want to say too much there.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about that thing we teased in the no spoiler video, that the trailers show you a scene that's in the epilogue of the movie that, you know, then if you remember a trailer while you're watching the movie, you're like, well, we know she's going to survive or whatever because this scene hasn't happened, or, you know, or is this massive thing they kept promoting dropped on the cutting room floor. And that's like, you see her in a fancy hotel in the black dress, and these dudes like bring out the plastic sheets because they're gonna kill her and hide her body. You feel like that's something that's gonna be in the beginning of the movie. That's after like almost all the reveals. There's only like one reveal left after this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you put that in the trailer?
Because they just went, you know, the gun in the ice bucket thing was kind of really cool. It
is, but and again, also with the trailers, I'm going to fault the trailers a lot here, because thinking back, the trailers show you a little bit of just about every action scene.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an action sequence in that movie that you didn't see some of in the trailers.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you're marketing an action movie.
Yeah, but you still should save some stuff for the people that go see it. You don't want to show. You don't want to show all your cards. And a lot of trailers have that mistake. It's not as bad as like a Batman v Superman trailer.
Does the average person actually care?
But I'm not reviewing for average people. I'm reviewing for cinephiles, and then average people can enjoy if they wish. I'm gonna see how I put my nose up for that. I'm a film snob.
Here, let me help you get a little higher.
Well, again, you got to remember too that I come from a filmmaking background where I chose to study every aspect of every department, so I have an understanding of the artistry and the effort and the hard work that goes into all this stuff. So I have a very high respect for film, and that's why I get so easily aggravated with people in the audience who like sneak snacks in that are noisy and rattle the bag for 40 minutes. Not like intermittently, but straight 40 minutes. But so the epilogue scene, did we cover that? You're not
well do we want to talk about the big twist?
Yeah, I was just getting to that at the end, but I feel like we covered the epilogue.
Okay.
So the big twist is
I love you.
kitties everywhere. The big twist is they're looking for a double agent. You guys have seen the movie. We don't actually have to tell them, because hopefully they've seen it.
The thing is, it's for me, in retrospect, it's a bit Unusual Suspects-ish.
A little bit. Yeah. Actually, that's actually pretty good parallel. In case you haven't seen Unusual Suspects, hopefully.
Spoilers?
No, Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never get that title right.
That's all right. That's one I could easily see getting mistaken. But yeah, because, I mean, she is the double agent. But she's like a good guy double agent. You think it's going to be a bad guy double agent, but then again, it's all perspective. That is what's kind of beautiful about this movie. It's all perspective.
And Ewan McGregor basically goes, and it's just like at the end of the movie where he has that big monologue at the end.
James McAvoy.
Shit. I need to sleep.
She does. That's why I'm trying to keep us on track. But okay, he has his big speech. You're fine.
Where he's talking about how everything's very relative.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, while they're playing with the relativity of time and the way it's cut too, because there's still the movie is still happening, and they kind of jump to his ending monologue as the movie catches up to him finishing the monologue. That was actually pretty cool. Again, that was some nice stylization.
Yeah. But yeah, because you're thinking McAvoy's the bad guy, and then you find out that he knows that Charlize Theron's...
Charlize. No, that's fine. I was going to let it go.
I can't do names tonight, apparently.
No, that's fine. You don't have to keep apologizing.
I know. I'm tired.
I know. Just stop apologizing. They know you're good.
Stop telling me not to stop apologizing.
Well, stop telling me to tell you to stop apologizing. Stop apologizing about me telling you to stop apologizing. All right, we're going way off the rails. Okay, the speech.
Get my superpower.
I know. All right, so the speech and then the reveal and that he's, perspectives.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't even know anymore.
Well, we were on perspectives.
Yeah, but it's
because we don't know who good guy. It's all relative. Who's good, who's bad.
Yeah.
Basically. So it ends up she's with the CIA.
Yeah.
All along, but I do love at the end that John Goodman, because the beginning she whispers cocksucker, and there's that whole scene about, did she say something? I didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything? You want to play the tape back? But I love that he called back to that. It's like, cocksucker, really? She's like, oh, I'm glad it worked. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, man, I mean, the car scene, that was the one I wanted to talk about too. They had that really cool, like, computerized camera move where the entire car chase is basically inside her car for like 5-7 minutes, and it never cuts because the camera's just panning around all the different windows and everything. That was pretty cool.
That's the one where it felt a bit, one of the ones where it did start feeling a bit green screeny in places.
It did, yeah, some of the car stuff, and I'm sure because of this, they're not putting Charlize in the middle of some of those car stunts. Yeah. So I totally understand, but yeah, that's true.
The other one where it really leaped out on me was when McAvoy? Was setting fire to his base, and you see him like out in front of it while the blade, and you're just sitting there like, oh, that didn't mesh out very well, did it?
yeah. I mean, there's a few issues like that, but I can let all that stuff go because this wasn't a huge budget movie, I don't think. So I don't know.
But they spent all the money on fight
training. Because again, the fight training is really good. Especially loved it when it got really brutal.
Yeah, apparently she bought a lot of vodka and booze in general for the fight crew because she was pummeling them day in, day out.
Right, it's kind of sorry I accidentally hit you for real kind of thing. Yeah, I could understand that.
I think they were throwing some real punches.
Well, they usually do. Modern stunt work, there's a lot of actual connecting now. That's a big part of why stunt fighting in this era has gotten so much better. And again, that's why you use stuntmen. I mean, they're still pulling it. They're not giving like full weight, but that way, The
guy who got the key in his face.
Yeah, key face. And then when she kills him,
he comes back later.
And then he comes back again and again. He's like fucking Jason Voorhees of the KGB, man. But it was awesome.
You're sitting here going like, you gonna stay down this time?
Yeah, she gets him with the car. Oh, that was so cool. I wasn't
entirely sure he was gonna stay down after that.
I know, right? I was like, hopefully she'll just at least get away, But yeah, it's like, and you half expect him to turn into a T-1000, all liquid silver and shit. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look.
I want to see that out.
Yeah, there you go. But I think we've rambled on enough. So overall, that's we might have gotten sidetracked through half of it. But that's our opinion on Atomic Blonde. Definitely, look, if the trailers look good to you at all, go see it. You won't be disappointed. It's a good time. It's a good movie. Hopefully you've already seen it, though, if you're watching the spoiler part. But I recommend it. I would watch it again. Like I said, I had medium expectations, and it was definitely above that for me. Yeah. But, we've had a really great summer of movies. Like, most of the movies that have come out this summer have been really good. Even the ones that shouldn't have been really good. So, I think part of my it's all relative, people's tastes and opinions, and a lot of that's based on that too. This is probably getting ranked a little bit lower because some of the other movies have been so much amazing this summer. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. You better like it. Or she'll give you the people's elbow and the rock eye. Anyways, all right, so that's that. Guys, comment away, though. Did you see this movie? What did you think? What was your favorite part? Do you disagree, agree? Do you like the style where we're kind of splitting it up now? I think we might finally have settled into that. Comment away. Let us know. You can talk spoilers all you want on this. No problem whatsoever. And like I said, if you haven't seen the no spoilers, go check that out because that's really more of the actual review. So there you go. All right, well, comment away. Let us know what you're thinking. Other than that, though, you can click that thumbs up button. Give us the good old thumb of encouragement. We do love to be encouraged. All right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go watch some more stuff, and we'll see you all